So I've noticed that as I was walking in and out, there's this last piece of floor that was flexing, and so I decided to investigate and pull stuff out, and what I found was there's basically no support underneath this last piece. There are metal girders coming this way which stop here, and so this was just hanging in midair, just resting on this. So that's a problem I'm going to have to fix. Now underneath this part of floor they'd stuffed a load of glass fibre insulation, which had obviously been completely soaking wet. I mean, I can actually see the ground through this hole here. So that has been getting wet the whole time, so the metal that it was sitting on is all rusty. So I've got to clean that up as well, and put some support in here so that the new floor is better. Now what I'm going to do is, although this is kind of 2 steps forward, 1 step back, I'm going to use the fact that I've found this and use it for laying a whole load of cables through here. I'm not sure exactly where every cable is going to go, but I'm going to need to get electricity from this side of the van over to this side of the van, and this is a perfect channel to do it. So I'm going to clean this up, get it all sprayed and treated, and then lay a whole load of cables and a pipe in here before then putting in some supports and putting the new floor in. The pipe is because, if you remember right back at the beginning of this project when I was ripping stuff out, there was a radiator system, and I'm thinking about possibly putting part of that radiator system back in. One of the problems with that, it can go along 3 sides, no problem, but making a full circuit is difficult. But if I can put a pipe through here, then that's that problem solved. I'll put the pipe in, have it sticking up at each end, and then if I don't use it, I can still use it for channeling cables through. And I've got a bit of pipe which I think is going to be really good, but I'm going to go online and just check that it is actually the right kind of pipe, so it will stand glycol running through it. But yeah, like I said, 2 steps forward and then always 1 step back.
So I'm really glad that I got the second edge of the roof sealed, but there's a little bit of work that I still need to do on the front edge of the roof and the back edge of the roof before I'm really confident enough to take those tarpaulins off. But there's this new hole in the floor and the front edge of the floor that I need to deal with. It's still raining on and off, so this is something I can address right now. So off to see what kind of stuff I've got, and I have a piece of birch plywood that I'm going to use for this. I can use that up, and then I'm going to have to order in some new plywood. So as usual, I'm using a lot of materials I had. Like this silver insulation is stuff that I took off a hot water tank to make way for a new bathroom several years ago. I've had it sitting around ever since. I did have to buy a couple of bits of coolant pipe because the pipe I had, it turned out it wasn't rated for glycol. So I got all that done. The front edge of the floor is now going to be supported. I got the pipes in and the cables that I wanted, got everything insulated, and I was about to close everything up and call this job done, but then I realized I was wasting a lot of space, and I really don't want to waste any space anywhere in this project. So back to the drawing board, and I got to use up the last scraps of that piece of plywood that I had. Not sure what I'll end up storing in these little boxes, but you can never have too much storage space. So here's my first time using a sandblaster. I'm going to be doing the wheels 1 or 2 at a time as I go through this project. Can't afford to do them all at once. Getting the tyres taken off, fixing up the rims, and then getting the new tyres put on 1 or 2 at a time.